Hey everyone, this is Jen Kitzmiller with the National Weather Service in Missoula, and I'm here with your Thursday, May 24th fire weather briefing. So I wanted to start out by showing you a water vapor satellite loop where the blue and green colors represent a lot of moisture in the atmosphere and orange and red represents dry conditions. And so you'll see we've had this low pressure system that's kind of circulated up through central Montana. That's been responsible for quite a few showers and thunderstorms into western Montana and central Idaho here over the last several days. That feature's moving kind of out of the area, but we do have this low pressure system developing off the California coastline, and that's really the feature that we're going to be watching here over the next several days, as it looks like that's going to track through the Great Basin area and circulate some moisture and energy up into our neck of the woods. So I took a look at precipitation amounts that have fallen over the last 7 days or so. Most all areas have seen measurable precipitation, but you'll notice on this graphic there's a pretty stark line, basically kind of following the I-90 corridor, where along that corridor and south have seen some pretty decent precipitation amounts with mainly convective thunderstorm type activity. Whereas you head further north across northwest Montana, the Kootenai and the Flathead National Forest in particular, precipitation amounts have really been quite a bit lighter comparatively. We haven't seen quite as much activity with thunderstorms in those areas. And the overall trend going into this weekend and early next week seems to somewhat continue that, with the best moisture and energy for showers and thunderstorms expected to continue across the Clearwater, Nez Perce, over into the Bitterroot National Forest, and then over onto the Beaverhead Deer Lodge. So that's really where the main focus looks like it's going to be. That's not to say you guys up across northwest Montana won't see any precipitation, but it just looks like the better amounts will likely be further south. When compared to normal over the last 7 days, it actually is a wash. Most areas are pretty close to normal for what we've been seeing. You'll see across those far southern areas there are a few locations that are above normal for what they've seen over the last 7 days, and across northwest Montana you guys are actually a little bit below normal for precipitation. Now we do have some concern for some strong to maybe even severe thunderstorm development Friday afternoon and evening. This is just one model depiction of how these thunderstorms might evolve that I'm going to show you here. But it looks like the general trend is that thunderstorms will develop over north central Idaho mid-afternoon on Friday, and then track up into portions of southwest and west central Montana Friday afternoon and evening. And so one of the threats that we're most concerned with these storms is the potential for very heavy rain. Particularly through those portions of north central Idaho, and maybe getting up into parts of the Lolo and the Bitterroot National Forest, where some of these thunderstorms could be capable of actually causing some flash flooding if they hit some of those burn scars just right, such as in north central Idaho, the wood rat, the teepee, the municipal, and then in Montana, the Lolo Peak fire. That's not to say those burns will take a direct hit, but if they were to take a direct hit from one of these stronger thunderstorms, that's one of our main concerns for tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll also have some gusty outflow winds with these storms as they move through, and maybe some small hail as well. Now moving forward into the weekend, the white lines here on this map are showing the upper level weather pattern, and so you'll see that low pressure system that I pointed out on the water vapor by this weekend is moving its way into Nevada, and so it looks like that's going to keep us in a pretty wet flow with some wraparound moisture moving its way around this low pressure system. With that, it looks like we're going to continue this daily trend of seeing showers and thunderstorms developing, with the main focus likely through central Idaho and into southwest and portions of west central Montana. The likelihood does drop off as we move up into northwest Montana. As we get into Monday, Tuesday, this low just very slowly meanders eastward. So we're going to continue to see a lot of these similar threats going into even early next week. So at this point, we're not really seeing a prolonged period of dry and warm conditions. We'll definitely be seeing temperatures that are around normal or a little bit above normal, but nothing really significant for this time of year as far as warming. And it's really going to be hard to pinpoint a dry day at this point, just with all this active shower and thunderstorm activity. So with that, our humidity should remain fairly high going into next week as well. Looking at the 6 to 10 day outlook, this is from the Climate Prediction Center. Pretty high chances of above normal temperatures. Again, it doesn't look like a significant warm up, but it will be slightly above seasonal normals. And then that stark line of above normal chances for precipitation basically across southwest Montana and into parts of central Idaho, and below normal precipitation across northwest Montana continues. So that's all I've got for today. Our next recording is scheduled for Sunday, May 27th, and in the meantime, feel free to give us a call if you have any questions or concerns.